The scene was pure chaos, framed under the dueling dance of warm hearthlight and cold shadow. Books were sprawled all over the blood-soaked study with large chunks taken out of some older tomes, while others were slashed apart by frenzied, inhuman claws. A path of wild blood spatters and mangled limbs led the way to a thick blood trail. A sinuous creature tracked this until she rounded a corner and found a small man lying prone in an ever-growing pool of his own blood. "What a mess, hun," she chastised as the raven-haired clump of a man crawled away pitifully. "And look, no more of those holier-than-thou assholes around to help." "Stay back," he wheezed. "You're just making a bigger mess. Just stop, please." Her voice was as sweet as he remembered it on his best days. But was this really the love of his life? She had torn Barakia apart so viciously only moments before, and now she wanted him. "You should have just left well enough alone, and you should never, ever run from me. How do you think that makes me feel?" He propped himself up against his forbidden bookshelf, which was now exposed thanks to her earlier attacks, and forced himself to look at her, this terrifying phantasm of his one true love. "I should be mad at you for betraying me," she continued, "but I'm frankly just disappointed." Her eyes were pools of black ink which spilled into his soul, and her blood-slicked hair fell over her pallid face like a pit of wriggling millipedes. It took her no time to zero in on the hand covering his wound. "Aw, Alskling, you're dying, aren't you?" With an unsteady hand, he lifted his coat and briefly inspected his wounds to assess the damage she'd caused. 3 of her claws had found purchase in his flesh when he attempted to flee earlier, and the blood would not stop pouring from wounds on the left side of his abdomen. He pulled his coat tight to his body and winced as a stab of pain shot through his arm and side. "What do you seek to gain from my work?" "Look at you, still trying so hard." The demon's laugh was identical to that of a harpy, and it brought on a wave of uncontrollable shivers. "All that just to figure me out?" The demon's claws and her maw, which reached up to her cold devil's eyes, all told the story of his death, which was soon to come. "You could not hope to comprehend such a creature, my love. I am far beyond you, and, sadly, you will not live to witness me at my full glory." She hovered over him, the claws on her elongated hands spreading apart dangerously like the branches of a tree of death. He waved her away as he pleaded, "Please, no!" But that seemed to only entice her more. Remember, we learned all these forbidden lessons together," he explained. "We both know the devastation that can be caused by my discoveries, not just to us, but to everything that draws breath, and to the very fabric of reality itself. We must tread carefully." "Not your problem, dear. Not after today. And besides, I've already witnessed the fall and rise of many great kingdoms. I have built such nations myself and watched them eventually crumble under lesser petty ambitions. None of this is new to me." The entire lower half of her face disappeared behind a gluttonous smile. "Now, don't squirm. I shan't have you grow cold." "Shan't? Who is this creature?" "I need to stem the bleeding before I bleed out," he said as he felt the life continue to drain from him. The way he saw it, talking was the only defense he had left. "I've already devised a solution to that." She cupped his throat and edged ever closer. "No," he whispered. "You will need me." "Why would I need an earthworm like you, dearest?